What are some things you hated your parents for as a child, but respect them for as an adult? My mum not dating. My dad didn't have much to do with me growing up, and I always wished that my mum would remarry so I could have a stepdad. She's very driven and a hard worker, and was pretty burned by my dad, so she just wasn't interested in making time for a dating life. As an adult, I see that she's drawn to narcissistic men. I don't think I would have had a father figure that wasn't awful. Curfew. I remember once my mom called the house I was at after my curfew had passed. The DJ stopped the music, called my entire name, said your mother said come home now. So embarrassing, but I never missed another curfew again. Taught me discipline, what a parent said they meant. I can laugh about it now, have told my kids. They were like, Grandma, did you like that? Yep. Birthday parties. My mum never let me have a birthday party, or I could invite all my friends. She would decorate our kitchen and made sure I had my cake, card and favorite meal. No presents, we were poor. Now I'm a married mother for doing well financially, and I will be damned before I pay $700 for nothing but a headache and random kids to get sugared up. Understanding that everyone is just a person and giving them understanding in situations where they were struggling and doing their best to compare to other people's experiences. But once I started earning, I realized how little money my mum had and how well she did with what she had and how much she sacrificed to give us what she could. Not buying me things. I hated them for it. I never had what my friends had. My lunches were cheap. My clothes were cheap. My toys were cheap. I hardly ever got what I wanted. Now homegrown. My spoiled friends never grew up, and they're miserable that they have to work. I'm actually thankful that my mother made me work for everything at a young age. Learning about finance. 0.1 to year-old me was like WTF. 0.5 to year-old me is like thank God. It scares me to see how bad most people are at basic money management. For you young people, if you go to college and there's a personal finance course, take IT. Being harder on me and my brother than they were on my sisters. Even back then, I guess my dad knew life was never going to be as easy for us as it was for them, and we were the only two to never move back home after we left the nest. Making me buy my own petrol and snacks when I was old enough to have a job versus my folks paying for it. When you have to pay for your own stuff, you tend not to take it for granted as much as when someone else is buying it. No cell phone until I could afford the bill. As the only high schooler without a phone, I was resentful. But imagining my life shaped by constant of social media presence is unsettling. Kids today are gonna be fucked up. I was a stupid, annoying littler when I was a kid, so maybe that's something. My wants weren't important at all, but they still fulfilled them sometimes. I was just a narcissist little prick. Still am, pretty much. They were extremely frugal, and I thought they were just being cheap. But not getting into debt over the head is definitely something I should have paid more attention to. Credit card does not equal free money. Making us eat what was given. I basically eat everything, minus maybe balut. My mum provided us with very nutritious food. I'm not picky at all and an adventurous eater. I hate dealing with picky eaters. They didn't let me get a ferret. I got 3 when I moved out in my 20s. And it was in fact a wise decision on their part, not the kind of pet for kids unless parents also want them. Wanting to know who I was with, where we were going, and when I would be home. At the time it drove me crazy. Now, duh. Of course they should be asking those things. Growing up, every minute I was late getting home I was grounded for a day. Once missed a bus and was half an hour late. You learn to plan ahead after that one. Saying no. My mother always told me no when my father let me do anything. Looking back as an adult, I wish my father would have just said no. Not letting me drink sodas. That one decision saved me a ton on dental care. And I don't have diabetes like the rest of my family. Making us pick up before the house cleaner came. Teenage me pitch fits. Adult me blocks her calendar for 3 days beforehand. Not letting me wear makeup. I'm not one of the only people I know who doesn't need to slap on a full face to feel good. They didn't let me get a driver's license until almost 18. I was not a good driver, but I resented it. I got better, taking 10 years to get a gosh darn gallon of milk from a store in Las Vegas. Even though we don't live there. Nothing I told myself as a kid I would never do that as an adult, and I haven't. I still hold that grudge. No. But there's plenty of things about my parents that I took in stride as a kid that I hate as an adult. Raising us the old-fashioned way. Yes, we got our asses handed to us as kids. No, I do not hate my parents. Thankful they taught me about the love of Jesus. I'm 58, and it's been the only constant in my life. My name got made up for it as a kid. Now, as an adult, it's one of the things that makes me unique. Only allowing water. No sugary drinks, same with only letting us have healthy meals, no junk food. Being paranoid about my safety. I get it now that I have my own child. Which is very cliché. Not stopping on the way to or from somewhere. I'm done tired and don't have any kids. Making me drink at least 1 full glass of milk every day. I've never broken a bone. Not being available. They help pay for college by working very demanding jobs. Putting me to bed early. I used to fight it. Wish I could go to bed early now. Rules, boundaries, respect, making me check in every hour till I was a teenager. Not going out after 7 p.m. during weekdays. And coming home at 10 p.m. in the summer. Not letting me go to a friend's house when their moms had creepy men around. Nothing. If anything. I hate them now for things I respected as a child. If I ever think of something, I'll let you know. Yes, it was that bad. Not allowing me on social media, not allowing me to have a cell phone. Those agonizing long conversations about why what I did was wrong.